Shalom, brothers. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Hey, brothers, I've been working some elongated hours on the plantation recently, and I want to share this thought with you, brothers, that first and foremost goes to me, and I hope that it helps you, brothers, keep your head on a spiritual swivel. Because no matter what company or organization you work for, it's still the modern day plantation, and we're likened unto sharecroppers. Because many of us, when we came back into this knowledge and the wisdom of the truth of who we are, us being the children of Israel, Yasha Allah, princes of the power, we came into this truth doing white collar work, blue collar work, and we're perpetually around other men's wives. And you develop this familiarity. And the thought that I want to share with you is familiarity breeds lust, brothers. Let me go to the definition very quickly here. What I mean by familiarity. Look, it states the quality of being well known, recognizability based on long or close associations. The second definition means relaxed or friendliness or intimacy between people. We're perpetually working around other men's wives. You're working these long hours and sometimes I'm stumbling over my words, but it's been a long day. Inadvertently, that's the word I want to say. Inadvertently, you develop this ease, this friendliness, right? This lack of restraint, brothers. And this is where you have to spiritually check your damn self, right? You're not a work husband. And this goes for us that are in this truth, man. Because remember, the scriptures tells us if we look upon another man's wife with lust, you committed adultery with her in your heart, brothers. This is why I state, man, you know, we have to have that spiritual awareness, brothers. The scripture tells us, cast down every high and lofty thought that exalts itself against the Lord. Consider, we're in spiritual Egypt. The Lord put Joseph in a high position in Potiphar's house. Did he not? How do we know this to be true? The Lord is always and perpetually testing us, brothers. Consider what's written in Genesis, the 39th chapter. We'll start at the second verse and we'll jump around a bit. And it states, the Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered and he lived in the house of his Egyptian master. Us working for our oppressor, us being in spiritual Egypt, it's the same thing now. We come down to verse 7. Now Joseph was well built and handsome. Brothers, if you're on top of your job, you know, you're taking care of yourself, you know, you're looking good. We're the men of Israel, man. You know, we look good, man. Brothers, you are handsome. The women are going to notice you. The scripture states this. Now Joseph was well built and handsome. And after a while, the master's wife took notice of Joseph and said, come to bed with me. She said, I want you to hit this. But what did Joseph say? But he refused. You got to understand, brothers, it's just a test. You know, that thought crossed your mind, cast down the thought, brothers. The Lord is perpetually sifting us in many ways. Let me come down a little bit. Look at what Joseph told her. No one is greater in this house than I am. My master withheld nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. Then how could I do such a wicked thing and sin against my power? Right? The scripture goes on to state, and though she spoke with Joseph day after day, he refused to go to bed with her. One day, he went into the house to attend to his duties. He was on the job. And none of the household servants was inside. She caught him by his cloak and said, come to bed with me. But he left his cloak in her hand and ran out of the damn house, brothers. And sometimes that's what we're going to have to do. As they say in the street, move around, Jake. Okay? Keep your head on a spiritual swivel. You see this married woman is taking a liking unto you, and you might have to report to her directly. She might be your boss in layman's terms. Keep the conversation brief. Jake, let's come out of this. Because remember, in our law, what's Leviticus at? Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. Remember, brothers, this goes for me first. Because I'm in these sorts of situations, man. If a man commits adultery with another man's wife, because that's what adultery is. You're laying with the woman that has a husband, brothers. With the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and adulteress are to be put to death. The Lord sees you, man. The Lord sees your thoughts are far off, man. Let's come out of this. Because even the book of Proverbs tells us, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32, it tells us, but the man who commits adultery lacks sense. Whoever does it destroys himself. The Lord's going to put a hit out on your ass, man. Come on, brothers. This truth is for us, man. And the Lord is going to test you in all sorts of angles, all sorts of ways. If I hadn't said it, I'm going to say it again. You are not a work husband, Jake. Me nor you. Let me come out of this, man. Remember, the scripture tells us in Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 9, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms. Spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her. And so thou, through thy desire, thou fall into destruction. Brothers, trust me, I've been to company functions. You got the outings, so on and so forth. You know, you get the 2-drink minimum, 3-drink minimum. Hey man, keep that shit moving. Go hang around the fellas, hang around the guys, hang around the single women. Women you know are single. Move around, Jake. You understand? You look across the room, she looking at you, dead in your damn retinas. You already know what time it is, man. Keep yourself pure. All right. Let me get one more precept, brothers. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. Flee youthful lust. Okay, Jake? These women are looking for thrill fucking. You want nothing to do with that shit, man. Because the Lord is watching you. He's watching me. He's watching us. All right? I'm going to say it again. Flee youthful lust. Follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. This is why we should be longing to get the fuck out of this place, man. Okay? Because in our kingdom, the women we're going to be around going to be ours. And not only that, you know, it's going to be a righteous kingdom. We won't have to, we won't ever go off. We won't even have a sinful thought, brothers. But I want to share this with you, man, because familiarity breeds lust. You got to cast down every high and lofty thought that exalts itself against the Lord. You are not a work husband, Jake. Hopefully, this has been edifying to you, brothers, and it built you brothers up. Keep your head on a spiritual swivel, brothers. Shalom.